Welcome to MacVoices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. This is the November 2022 MacVoices update. I'm getting this out just a little bit ahead of when I've been able to get them out in the last couple months because I wanted to make sure to address the Thanksgiving holiday schedule for MacVoices and talk about a few other things as well. So first, the Thanksgiving holiday schedule. MacVoices will be celebrating the holiday on Thursday, the 24th of November, and Friday, the 25th of November, so there won't be any shows then. The dispatch will come out on Saturday morning as usual. Because I'm traveling for the holiday weekend, though, there will not be a MacVoices live show on Tuesday, November 29th. So we're taking a little bit of a break on that. However, on Wednesday, the 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Jeff Carlson is going to join us for another one of our about an hour with sessions. This is a combination effort between MacVoices and Take Control Books. Jeff is going to be talking primarily about Take Control of Apple Watch, taking your questions and trying to answer your questions and problems, solve some of your problems. You're also welcome to ask Jeff about any of his other endeavors and books, including his photography background, his love of coffee, anything that seems fair game is fine. So check us out again, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on November 30th for about an hour with Jeff Carlson at youtube.com/MacVoicesTV. That's our usual MacVoices TV YouTube channel. And hope to see you then. The last event with Josh Centers was a great success. We're hoping to have even more people and more conversation this time around. Second is the social media situation. I've put this in the email newsletter, and I wanted to make sure you all knew it. I am not planning on leaving Twitter, period. I'm just not. As long as the system is up, I plan to stay with Twitter. In fact, there was an article flipped into MacVoices magazine last week suggesting that you don't leave Twitter, that if you want to shut down your account, there are ways to do it that make things a little bit more under control, but don't just abandon your account or completely give it up. Because after 30 days, at least as it currently stands, that means that your username is up for grabs and someone else could grab it, pretend to be you, and start posting things that you would rather not be associated with. As someone who has been hacked on Twitter long ago and seeing things posted under my name that I would never have posted, it can be kind of a disturbing experience. We brought this up on MacVoices Live, and I want to bring it up to you two here now. So if you're not happy with what's going on with Twitter, it's absolutely your prerogative not to participate. But just seriously, do not give up your username for your own protection. It's just that simple. I also have a presence on Mastodon, on the Mastodon cloud server. So if you want to, you can follow me there as an alternative. Of course, we have all the other social media networks, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, micro.blog. MacVoices has a presence on all of them, or I do. And you're welcome to join me there. We're not sure what's going to happen with Twitter, but if it should disappear for any reason or for any length of time, you can always connect with us there. One other scheduling note, or sort of scheduling note, and that's the MacVoices live sessions that get sent to the MacVoices feed. The reason I do that is to make sure that the folks who are not able to make the live shows can still enjoy the content and get something out of it. I recently had an email from a viewer in Australia talking about what he's seeing and what he'd like to see in that particular show. And that I love that, because that's exactly what my objective was in putting those things out, and not just keeping it as a live show, but also to keep it consistent with the other MacVoices shows. We take each one of those and cut them down into 3 sections, usually about 30-35 minutes each. That way they remain accessible to everyone. So as a result, with all the other content that's being generated right now, between the gift guides and our hour with sessions and everything else, things can get a little backed up. And so I apologize if occasionally, sometimes, some of that content seems a little bit dated, especially in a world that's moving as fast as the Twitter story. It just is one of those things. I could drop them out and put them out as a 1.5 hour session, but then I'm afraid nobody would pay any attention to them, because I know I'm struggling to, when I see a show land in my feeds that's an hour, hour and a half or more, it's a conscious decision instead of just going through and saying, yeah, I'll make that part of my regular routine. So there is a method to the madness. We will be playing a little bit of catch up in December as a way to get a little extra time off, but also get you back up to speed. And of course, coming in January, there'll be a little more time off as I and some others attend CES in Las Vegas. And then we'll be bringing you the content from the show after we get back and can edit and publish it all. So that's why maybe you're seeing a couple things appear that you think, gee, that seems a little bit older than maybe it should be. It is, but I'm trying to give priority and mix things up so that you're getting the best things really when you need them, and the academic stuff you can kind of absorb at your leisure. Not much else to report, although that's kind of a lot for this MacVoices update. We definitely want to talk about the support report, as always, because I always appreciate everything that you folks are doing for us. So this month at Platinum, we had no one. At Gold, we had David G., Webb B., Mary G., Frank P. At Silver, we had Baz, Craig A., Eric C., Bruce E., Tim G., Chuck P., George R., and Daniel S. At Bronze, we had Max C., Tom C., Brian F., Cletus H., Craig H., Greg H., Clinton M., John M., and Prop P. Thank you so much to all of our supporters on Patreon. It makes a big, big difference in keeping the show going, trying to bring you different things and trying to improve the show just a little bit at a time. But of course, I also appreciate everyone who buys things through our affiliate links, writes reviews for us on iTunes or anywhere else, and shares links to the show with whoever they share the links to the show with, friends, neighbors, people of like thinking. It's always, always appreciated. And of course, if you give us a thumbs up or a share or a like or whatever it is on whatever social media platform, that also helps spread the word. So please get out there, help us grow the audience. That's the important thing. Lastly, I want to make sure I remind you of the MacVoices gift guides. We're continuing to do those through the holiday season. There's more in the can and more coming, hopefully, with the scheduling the way it is. But it's been a whole lot of fun so far, and the fun will just continue. The links to each product are in the show notes of each individual episode, but they're also on the master list on the MacVoices website, and they're also all included in our Flipboard magazine version of the gift guide at flipboard.com. Check it out on your iOS device or iPad. And of course, there's actually a web version as well if you don't have Flipboard. So that's the November update for this time. I hope you and yours, if you celebrate it, have a terrific Thanksgiving. Otherwise, I hope you have a terrific, maybe long weekend. Maybe you can sneak a couple extra days off in there because of the Thanksgiving weekend. But whatever it is, have a terrific weekend, a terrific Thanksgiving. I'll see you next time. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.